My name is Henry Pearson, and for my project, I decided to look into Christopher Columbus. Um, I chose Christopher Columbus because it is pretty well known that his voyages, you know, brought forth the discoveries of the North America continent. Um, but I feel like I never really, in recent times at least, I've not really looked into the his like oceanography discoveries because he is kind of a character clouded in controversy. And so, like for the sake of this assignment, I'm not really going to be discussing the controversy, but there, obviously, a lot of people know the controversy surrounding Christopher Columbus. But anyway, um, Christopher Columbus was exploring the Atlantic Ocean, or was within the Atlantic Ocean area, but he was in search of the Far East. So he was trying to get to India because Spain, which is where he did these explorations through, Spain was at war and was looking for more resources, and India was kind of the main exporter of certain medicines and mainly spices. So Spain wanted to send forth explorers to try to figure out a way into the Far East without having to, cross over the large expanse that is Asia. Um, so Christopher Columbus had the idea that you could just go west and then you'll just go around the globe and end up in India. But at the time, this is around 1492, 1491 is really before the year before Christopher Columbus did his first exploration. They did not realize there was a big landmass known as North America sitting in between India and Europe, or Asia and Europe. Um, so Christopher Columbus goes on his first voyage. He heads west, and then goes a little bit south. And this is in the article I found. They said that he goes a little bit more south than just going straight west from Europe because he had a strong knowledge of the winds, and so a lot of other ships had just gone straight west from Europe and gotten stuck because of the way the winds are. So they kind of got stalled out in the middle of the ocean. So what he does is he goes south more, which is why he kind of ends up, like on his third and fourth voyage, he kind of ends up around Cuba. But he goes a little bit south and then eventually ends up over in North America. And Christopher Columbus obviously thinks this is India, but regardless, he still discovers an entire continent. Um, and that's kind of his main discovery is the North America continent. Um, Christopher Columbus's motivation for doing these explorations was simply just wealth and fame. He just wanted to be solidified in the history books as a great explorer, and he did so. Um, but yeah, I mean, Columbus just went west and ended up finding North America. Um, as I said previously, Columbus went on four separate voyages, but he had to be the Queen Isabella at the time had to kind of like sign off on these voyages. So eventually, Spain was obviously they were still in war. So eventually things got bad and he wasn't able to go on any further voyages. But um, Christopher Columbus is definitely a prominent figure in oceanography and probably one of the most famous, if not the most famous oceanographer, mainly because living in America, he's the guy that like found this land. Although obviously there were already people here, but he's the guy that ended up charting this land, and it's the reason we are sitting here now. So um, yeah, that's essentially my analysis on Christopher Columbus. Um, but yeah, it should be worth mentioning that he is a controversial figure for his treatment of the indigenous peoples there. Um, but he's still very important because without him, there's really no telling how many years it would have taken for us to discover North America. So that's Christopher Columbus.